Hello everyone. I am so glad you have joined me today. I love sharing my ideas with you, and I hope I inspire you with today's creation. Time is almost up for signing up for my newest online card class, Inspiration in the Mail. Check the link below to get the details and to sign up. Here's our card for today. For this card, we will be using Butterfly Gala, and I used this image and Hello Beautiful as the sentiment. All right, so let's get started. Here's our measurements, and there's a lot to it today because there's a lot of elements on this. So the first thing I did was I took a piece of Sahara sand that's 4 by 5 1/4, and using the Ornate Floral embossing folder, I embossed the back of it, or embossed it. I didn't emboss the back. All right, to that I'm going to add a piece of Daffodil Delight that's 1 1/4 by 4 inches. And I'm not taking any chances with this one, so I am going to use my tear and tape to attach this to my layer, my panel. Okay, like so. I want to make sure this panel stays stuck down, so to speak. So with that, I'm going to take the backs off, and I'm going to add it to my card base. Okay. And I'm going to go up about 3/4 of an inch. Let me make sure that I have this panel straight as I can get it. All right, like so, and I'm going to add it. On top of that, I'm going to take some of the black glittered organdy ribbon, and I'm going to add just a strip going across so that it has some interest. And again, I'm going to use tear and tape to make sure that that image or that ribbon stays stuck down. Now the organdy ribbon is kind of tricky to work with. I love it, but it is stiff, and stiff ribbon doesn't always want to stay stuck down or cooperate to tie a bow, so I really have to play with it. This one I didn't need to tie a bow, so what I do is I take my ribbon and I put it on there, center it on one side. I stick it down, and then I immediately put a piece, and I'm going to put tear and tape all up the sides because I'm going to use it to stick it to my card base, and stick that side down. So then I know it's not going to go anywhere. I've tried doing it and flipping it and sticking this side down. The other side released on me. So I found this works. Now I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to stick it down. I'm going to put tear and tape on the top. The organdy ribbon does that because it's not a solid ribbon. It's, I don't know, it's mesh looking. So there's not a lot for the, oh, I don't know why I put that away, for the tape to grab onto. And I'm going to put a strip of this at the top and then another one at the bottom, and this panel is ready to go on our card base, so I will take and add it to my card base, which is basic black. That's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. And that makes an A2 size card, which is the size card that we use in the United States. So if you're watching me from another country, I'll give you a little hint. Go to my blog. The link is in the information section below. Find the card and click on it. You can then, or don't even click on it, just enlarge the card base so that it gets to the size of your card. So if you're in Australia, England, places like that, their card bases, our cardstock comes in 8.5 by 11. Theirs doesn't. It's 8 and something by 11 something. So that's the way, once you get it to the size, like get your card base to your size, then you can kind of use your ruler and measure it. I do that all the time, especially when I see cards from other countries, layouts that I love. To figure out the layers, all I do is enlarge it to be 5.5 by 4 1/4, and I go from there. Okay, so we've got that. The next thing I need is my image layer. So I took the outline of the butterfly, stamped it in black, then I used crushed curry on top of it, and I color it in. And the beauty of this stamp set is it has the images that are very easy to line up, so you don't have to color it. If you want to, you can. And then I use my sentiment, Hello Beautiful. Now, I will tell you, I use my punches, but if you don't have punches, you can use your layering circles. And some of these I think I did with layering circles because we didn't have the size we need. But this one, I believe, was 2 1/4. Let me check. So I use my punch. No, it's 2 1/2. So move the 2 1/4. We do have a 2 1/2 inch punch. So what I did was, and I'm going to have to cut some off the bottom, I made sure I went up high enough so I could get it in. And I'm going to take and I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to come down as far as I can, get my L in there, and then kind of twist it to get as much of the butterfly as I can. And if I cut off a little bit of the wings, it's okay. Now this one, and you don't have to worry about, this one's going to be a little bit different. You don't have to worry about whether it's straight or not, because you straighten it when you put it down. So then, since this was punched out with 2 1/2, that's when I went to my layering circles, and I found the one that's just a little larger than this, and I cut it out of Daffodil Delight. I don't know why I used crushed curry and Daffodil Delight, but I did. Oh well. If you want crushed curry, use crushed curry. All right. So I'm going to add this on here. And I'm going to create all my layers, and then we'll put it together. All right. So I've got that layer. The next one, I used the Regal's Designer Series paper, and I used the wood grain one. And did I punch this out with a circle punch? Yes, I used the 2-inch punch for this one. So then my piece underneath, when I put it on here, it was just too big. So I went into my layering circles again and found one that's just a little bit larger, and I die cut it. All right, so I'm going to add that to here. Got that one. And then the last one from the Regals again is the 1.5 inch punch, and I use the polka dot piece, and this one is out of 1 3/4. So I got those like so, and I added that on there. Now to add my images onto my card base, what I did was I put Stamp and Seal on the back, I put this one on there where I wanted it. All right, like right about there. You can't go too high or these are going to be up too high. And then I snuck this one underneath. Oh, it's on. Good thing I didn't push down too hard. I want to flip that around, so I've got to redo it. Watch the lines of your tree. My tree was going wonky, so I can't do that. All right, so there's that. All right, there we go. All right, this one I did the same thing. I used my seal, and again, I just kind of set this one on here, and I stuck it underneath and had on there as much as I wanted to show. Then I took my dimensionals and I added dimensionals to the back. Need some more dimensionals. And again, make sure you put some in the middle so that you don't, oh, that one's stuck to the other one. Come off, come off, come off. All right, it's no good, so let me get rid of it. This one I can still use because the back is on it. I just have to take the back off. And then I'm going to add another one there and one down here. That way when it goes through the mail, it's still going to stay popped up. Take my backs off. That one went flying. All right. Now when you put this down, watch your sentiment and make sure your sentiment is on there straight and that you don't go past the edge of your card base. And there you have it. And I also did the inside and the envelope. Have you signed up for my newsletter yet? Don't miss out signing up. You'll get some great ideas. I would love to have you help me out on YouTube. Make sure you click the subscribe button below so you don't miss my videos. If you want to be notified when I upload a video, click the bell next to it. Thanks for visiting me today. Have a great day.